Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today in this video we'll study about how and why birds sing, and in this video we'll see about the ultimate cause. In the last video we learned about the proximate cause, that how birds sing. Now we'll learn about its ultimate cause, that why birds sing. Now this we already know is a white-crowned sparrow. Now in the last video we learned that they have local dialects and even the male and female vocalize differently. Now what is the evolutionary reason behind this? Say for example, maybe in the past these white-crowned sparrows, they have multiple distinctive song. Say for example, they have these four different varieties of song. Now, among these four, maybe, for example, this song second, with this song variety, they're able to communicate better with females, which gave them a reproductive advantage. And because of which, the genes for this particular song, they passed on to the generation and resulted in modern day or today's wild crown sparrow song. So that's how natural selection selected one particular song for one particular species. So that's how different species they vocalize differently. One particular song has been selected and passed on to the next generation. Now, we also know that species in different habitat, they have different songs. Now the question is, why so? The reason is to overcome special environmental obstacles to being heard. What does that mean? Say, for example, we have two categories of habitat. This is forest and this is an open woodland or a savanna. Now, two habitats are different. In the forest, we have more number of trees. And as we know that trees are sound absorber, they absorb sound. So the birds, those who stay in the forest, they should have the song that can reach to the other members of their species. Say, for example, to the females for the reproduction. So because the trees absorb sound, so they should have the sound that can reach up to a far distance in this situation. So generally, the birds who stays in forest, they have whistle type of song with a frequency below 4 kilohertz. Whereas in woodlands, because less trees, so absorbance is less, so no need of whistling. Whistle can reach up to far distance, right? So they don't need whistling. So they have trills. Trills means like a music, like a having a particular tune and waves. That is known as trills. So they use a music type of song with the frequency above 4 kilohertz. But those who stay in the forest, they need whistle type of sound so that it should reach to the far distance. So such approach is known as adaptationist approach. So this is the reason why the species have different songs. What is the evolutionary benefit? The benefit is the reproductive advantage. If they need to do reproduction, they need to attract females towards them. If they are singing a song that is not reaching up to female, how the female will come to know that their partner is calling them? So for that, they should use the song that should reach up to the female. So in the forest, because more trees, sounds get absorbed, they use the whistle so that it reach up to the female, who may be some kilometer away from the males. But in case of woodland, because it is open, so they use trills and can be easily get heard by the females. So because of the different habitat, they use a different song pattern so that they will get reproductive advantage in their habitat. Now there is one more approach which is known as byproduct hypothesis. Now according to the byproduct hypothesis, not the environment or the habitat, but it's mainly the gene pool that shapes the singing behavior. Then how one species will differ from another or member to member it will differ? Maybe due to random mutation in the gene, maybe due to accidental loss of genetic variation. So according to the byproduct hypothesis, it is not the habitat mainly which is responsible for the singing behavior. It's the reason is inside the gene. So these are the two approach. Now, why do only male sing? In the white-crowned sparrow, I told you that male use a whistle, complex whistle sound, and the female, they use simple note once or twice a year. Now, why do male sing? It has two approach. One is adaptive or adaptative, and one is non-adaptative. Adaptative means they're adapting. They're adapting according to their surrounding, to their environment, or the situation they are facing. So why they're adapting different song? Maybe to attract female, maybe to communicate some information. What information they can communicate with the song? Their fighting ability, or they want to other mates. So how we can prove that the male singing is an adaptive approach? The scientists worked on monogamous and polygamous birds. Monogamous means they'll mate with only one female. So once they find their mate, they stop singing. Polygamous, even after mating with one female, they continue singing. So this proves their adaptive nature. They adapt according to the environment, according to their surrounding, according to their necessity or need. And what is the non-adaptive approach? The non-adaptive approach is their sexual development. As we know that males and females are sexually different. For this difference in sexuality, they have different hormones. Now, this different hormones create different internal environment. Like a female sexual hormone or the male sex hormones, they're not only responsible for the development of their sexuality, they are also responsible for the development of secondary sexual characters, primary sexual characters. Even in some other cells, they make a different internal environment. So these hormones also have an effect in the way they sing. It's been observed that the hormonal mutation, they not only disrupted the ovarian development, they also disrupted the singing ability. That means the hormones have some effect in the way the neural development takes place for the singing pattern. So it has an adaptive approach also, it has a non-adaptive approach also. In the adaptive approach, the main factor is the environment. In the non-adaptive approach, the main factor is also the environment, but it is the internal environment which depends on hormones, and hormones again depends on genes. So that's how we have different reasons, different evolutionary reasons for the development of the song and also for the development of why only male sing. One more point here to note is the length of the song. The length of the song is also important because it also conveys various information like about the mate health, age, or experience. Like in humans also, if we hear any young age singer and when we hear a very old age, 90 years or old singer, there is a difference in their voice. If we don't see them, if we listen them also, there will be a difference in their voice. Plus, if anybody is sick and if anybody is fit, there will be difference in their voice. Even the experience. A newcomer and an experienced singer, there will be the difference in their voice. The way they can modulate their voice, the way they can play with their voice will be different. And same with the birds also. The length of the song will tell whether that particular bird is healthy or not, the bird is aged or young, the bird is experienced or not. So along with the song itself, the length of the song also gives information about the bird who is singing the song. So now we have an evolutionary reason, and that reason is the reproductive advantage and the survival. Always the evolution depends on these two only. Everybody wants to survive, everybody wants to reproduce so that their species have existence on this earth. So whatever happens because of survival and for the existence of the species. That's what natural selection tells us. Now, natural selection and dialect already said that different dialects means different sound frequency, different pattern of song. This should be according to the habitat matching so that they can survive in that habitat and also they can reproduce well. So they have to choose the song according to that. So now, what is our final conclusion? What is the proximate reason or cause? It is the gene the interaction between gene and environment, individually, the environment also. And what is the ultimate cause? For the survival, for reproduction, to secure their territory, etc. So now we have the proximate reason how birds sing, and also we have the ultimate reason why birds sing. So that's all for this video. Now, one question from my end for you all, that is, by singing the same song as his neighbor, the young adult male more efficiently deters invasion of his territory by those neighbors. Is it approximate or ultimate cause? Do let me know in the comment section. If you found the video informative, please do like, share and subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for the next video notification. Till then, stay safe, stay happy.